In 2025, Jamaica's passport transformed from a travel document into a symbol of global respect. 10 new countries just opened their borders. Jamaica's powers just doubled with this new update. In this video, we are going to look at Jamaica's latest diplomatic victory: visa-free access to 10 new destinations across Africa, Asia, Europe, and the Pacific. This isn't only about skipping paperwork. It's about Jamaica being recognized as a trusted global partner. We'll explore how South Africa, Indonesia, Ghana, and others are now welcoming Jamaicans with open arms, what this means for students, entrepreneurs, families, and travelers, and why your passport is now more powerful than ever before. Stick with me, because this list might just change your next journey and your sense of national pride. Before we dive into the exciting new visa-free countries, let's step back and talk about why this even matters so much. A passport isn't just a booklet filled with stamps, it's a global report card. It reflects how much respect your country commands on the world stage. It tells the story of your diplomatic relationships, your nation's stability, its economic influence, and the trust it earns from others. For decades, Jamaican travelers have carried the weight of unnecessary obstacles. Many had to wrestle with lengthy visa applications, stressful embassy interviews, costly processing fees, and the uncertainty of waiting for an approval, or worse, a rejection. Families planning vacations often had to save not just for flights and hotels but for visas too. Students dreaming of studying abroad sometimes saw their opportunities crushed by paperwork. Even entrepreneurs lost deals because travel permissions arrived too late. But in 2025, things are shifting dramatically. These new visa-free agreements are not accidents. They are the result of Jamaica expanding its global relationships, strengthening diplomatic ties, and building a reputation far beyond reggae, athletics, and rum. Over the past decade, Jamaica has deepened trade connections, pushed cultural exports, strengthened leadership in CARICOM, and positioned itself as a voice for developing nations on climate and social justice. Step by step, that work is paying off. And the proof? More powerful passports, more mobility, more open doors. This year alone, 10 new countries added Jamaica to their visa-free lists. That means Jamaican citizens can now travel freely to these nations for short stays, anywhere between 30 and 90 days, depending on the country. So let's look at these destinations, starting with one of the biggest breakthroughs ever for Jamaican travelers. First stop, South Africa. This is not just a travel announcement, it's a historic diplomatic milestone. In 2025, South Africa officially granted Jamaican travelers 90 days of visa-free access. For the first time, a country of South Africa's economic and cultural weight has opened its doors this wide, and it signals something much larger: the strengthening of South-South alliances. Why is this such a big deal? South Africa is Africa's second-largest economy and one of the continent's most influential players on the global stage. It's a country with a magnetic cultural pool, world-class universities, vibrant business hubs, and a booming creative industry. For Jamaicans, this means a new world of opportunities beyond tourism. Of course, tourism itself is dazzling. Think about standing on Table Mountain overlooking Cape Town. Picture yourself on safari in Kruger National Park, watching lions and elephants roam free. Imagine the beaches of Durban, the history of Soweto, the museums of Johannesburg. South Africa is a kaleidoscope of experiences. But beyond that, this new agreement unlocks deeper ties. Both Jamaica and South Africa share legacies of struggle: slavery, colonialism, apartheid, and resistance. Jamaica stood loud and proud against apartheid in the 1970s and 1980s, and South Africa has never forgotten that solidarity. Today, those shared histories are transforming into partnerships. Jamaican students can now consider studying in South African universities. Entrepreneurs can network with one of Africa's fastest-growing startup scenes. Artists and activists can collaborate across oceans. Farmers, technologists, and educators can exchange ideas in ways never possible before. This is not just a visa waiver, it's a Pan-African bridge being built in real time. Next up, Indonesia. As of 2025, Jamaican citizens can now travel to Indonesia visa-free for 30 days. That's right, you can now land in Bali, Jakarta, Yogyakarta, Lombok, or any other Indonesian hotspot without worrying about paperwork. Now, Indonesia is often painted as a paradise for tourists. And yes, it absolutely is. Bali's beaches, volcanic landscapes, ancient temples, and bustling nightlife are legendary. But to reduce Indonesia to just tourism would be a mistake. This is the world's fourth most populous country. It's the largest Muslim-majority nation. It's a rapidly growing economy, becoming a hub for digital innovation, e-commerce, and creative industries. And now, Jamaicans can step right into that world without a visa barrier. For digital nomads, Bali is already a global magnet. Co-working spaces, creative communities, and a lifestyle that blends work and paradise. For entrepreneurs, Jakarta offers one of Asia's most dynamic startup environments. For cultural explorers, Yogyakarta and Lombok open doors to deep traditions, art, and cuisine that will completely reshape your taste buds and imagination. Why would Indonesia extend this gesture? Because it sees value in building non-traditional alliances. By recognizing Jamaica and the Caribbean as important cultural and diplomatic partners, Indonesia signals its desire to diversify global friendships, and Jamaicans are the direct beneficiaries. So whether it's surfing, studying, working, or simply experiencing Asia from a fresh perspective, Indonesia is now just a flight away. Third on the list, and perhaps the most emotional of all, Ghana. Although the paperwork is still being finalized, multiple diplomatic sources confirm that Jamaica and Ghana are finalizing a visa-free travel agreement by the end of 2025. This one hits differently. Jamaica and Ghana are connected by blood. Through the brutal history of the transatlantic slave trade, countless Jamaicans trace their ancestry back to West Africa, many specifically to the Akan people of Ghana. For years, Ghana has been reaching out to the African diaspora through its Year of Return and Beyond the Return initiatives. These programs invite descendants of enslaved Africans to reconnect with their heritage, explore investment opportunities, and even reclaim citizenship. Many Jamaicans answered that call, but the visa requirements remained a stumbling block. Now, that barrier is about to disappear. Imagine flying into Accra and walking through Cape Coast Castle, standing on the very ground where your ancestors once stood. Picture reconnecting with long-lost traditions, partnering with African businesses, or even purchasing land to build a future in your ancestral homeland. For students, this means studying African history and politics from within Africa itself. For families, it's an easier path to cultural reconnection. This is not just about tourism, it's about spiritual return. It's about Jamaica and Ghana reuniting across centuries of separation. Now let's jump to the Pacific Ocean, where something truly unexpected has happened. Fiji is granting Jamaicans visa-free access for 60 days. Fiji may be small in population, but in cultural and natural beauty, it's enormous. It's a nation of turquoise waters, coral reefs, lush islands, and some of the friendliest people you'll ever meet. For Jamaicans, this is more than just another vacation destination. It's a diplomatic handshake across the ocean. Both Jamaica and Fiji are small island states grappling with similar challenges: climate change, rising sea levels, and vulnerability to global economic shocks. By deepening ties, they build solidarity in climate negotiations, strengthen tourism partnerships, and amplify their collective voices on the world stage. Travelers can now immerse themselves in Fijian villages, surf some of the best waves in the world, and experience a Pacific culture that, like Jamaica's, is rich in song, dance, and resilience. For Jamaicans who have always dreamed of exploring the Pacific but found it distant and inaccessible, this door is now wide open. And now, let's turn to a surprise entry: Serbia. Yes, Serbia has officially granted Jamaican passport holders 90 days of visa-free access. This move caught many observers off guard, but it's a clear sign that Jamaica's influence now stretches into regions far beyond the Caribbean or Africa. Serbia, in the heart of the Balkans, offers something different from the usual European tourist path. Belgrade, its capital, is a city buzzing with energy. Historic architecture meets modern nightlife, and a rapidly growing tech and art scene. The countryside offers monasteries, mountains, rivers, and traditions rooted deep in European history. For Jamaicans, Serbia is a golden opportunity. Access to Europe without the Schengen visa hassle. Lower costs than Western Europe, growing educational exchange programs, and unique trade opportunities. Serbia's motivation is clear. It's looking to expand its global friendships outside of Western Europe, and Jamaica represents a culturally powerful, diplomatically active partner in the Caribbean. For Jamaican students, artists, entrepreneurs, or just explorers, Serbia is now an exciting new option. Next on the list is a destination that remains one of Africa's best-kept secrets, Namibia. In 2025, Namibia officially granted Jamaican passport holders 90 days of visa-free entry. This move didn't make global headlines the way South Africa did, but it might be one of the most rewarding additions for Jamaicans. Namibia is breathtaking. Imagine towering sand dunes in the Namib Desert glowing orange under sunrise. Picture yourself in Etosha National Park, spotting giraffes, rhinos, and lions in a pristine wilderness. Or gaze upward at night to witness some of the clearest skies in the world. A dream for stargazers and photographers alike. But Namibia isn't just about scenery. It's one of the most stable democracies in Africa, with a strong commitment to conservation, ecotourism, and renewable energy. The government has invested heavily in solar power and environmental sustainability, areas where Jamaica also has growing expertise. This visa-free agreement opens doors for cooperation in green technology, farming techniques, and eco-friendly tourism. For Jamaican travelers, this is more than a vacation. It's a chance to participate in knowledge exchange, joint projects, and sustainable partnerships. Namibia's decision sends a clear message. Africa is looking beyond its traditional global ties and is welcoming Jamaica into its circle of trusted friends. And on a personal level, for Jamaicans who want to explore Africa but avoid overcrowded destinations, Namibia offers untouched beauty, where every journey feels like an adventure written just for you. From Southern Africa, let's fly east to Southeast Asia. Malaysia is the next country to welcome Jamaicans visa-free for 30 days. Malaysia is not just another tourist destination, it's a rising powerhouse. Its economy is strong, driven by technology, manufacturing, and international trade. Its cities, like Kuala Lumpur, are cosmopolitan centers with skyscrapers, shopping districts, and rich cultural diversity. Its islands, like Langkawi and Penang, are havens for relaxation and exploration. What makes Malaysia truly special is its role as a crossroads of cultures. Malay, Chinese, Indian, and indigenous traditions blend seamlessly, offering Jamaicans a chance to experience a fusion of food, festivals, and lifestyles. Imagine savoring spicy laksa, visiting temples, mosques, and churches in the same neighborhood, and celebrating cultural festivals that highlight diversity at its best. But beyond travel, this is a win for students and entrepreneurs. Malaysian universities are ranked among the best in Asia, many offering programs in English, making them more accessible for Jamaicans seeking international education. The country is also building itself into a fintech and startup hub, giving Jamaican entrepreneurs the chance to network in new markets. Diplomatically, Malaysia's move to add Jamaica reflects a growing recognition of the Caribbean as more than just a tourism region. It's a vote of confidence in Jamaica's stability, cultural power, and potential as a gateway to the wider Americas. For Jamaicans, this isn't just about 30 days in Malaysia, it's about stepping into Asia's future. Now we move to East Africa, where discussions are heating up. Kenya has not yet finalized its visa-free agreement with Jamaica, but insiders reveal that the deal is in advanced stages and could be announced before the end of 2025. If it happens, it will be monumental. Kenya is one of Africa's most important countries, a hub for business, tourism, and technology. Nairobi is often called the Silicon Savannah, a center for African innovation and startups. M-Pesa, one of the world's most successful mobile banking systems, was born here. For Jamaicans, the potential of a visa-free Kenya is huge. Beyond business, there are deep cultural and spiritual ties. Reggae is loved in Kenya, Rastafarian communities thrive there, and Pan-African thinkers from both countries have long admired one another. Religious ties through Christianity and shared anti-colonial struggles also strengthen the bond. Tourism in Kenya is second to none. Imagine Jamaicans embarking on safaris in the Masai Mara, witnessing the great migration of wildebeest, or relaxing on the white sands of Diani Beach along the Indian Ocean. Kenya's landscapes stretch from snow-capped Mount Kenya to savannas, lakes, and coastal cities, all within one country. And perhaps most excitingly, there are whispers of direct flights between Kingston and Nairobi being explored. If that becomes reality, Jamaica and Kenya would be connected like never before, making East Africa just one plane ride away. If this deal is finalized, Jamaicans will gain access to two of Africa's most influential economies, South Africa and Kenya, without visa hurdles. That's not just mobility. That's Pan-African unity in action. Now, we've gone through South Africa, Indonesia, Ghana, Fiji, Serbia, Namibia, Malaysia, and the likely inclusion of Kenya. That makes 8 confirmed or highly probable new visa-free countries. But remember, the Jamaican Ministry of Foreign Affairs confirmed that the total number is 10. Which are the last 2? As of this recording, officials are keeping details under wraps. However, speculation is swirling. Diplomatic analysts suggest the 2 mystery countries could be Thailand and Turkey. Thailand is one of the most visited tourist destinations in Asia, with its vibrant capital Bangkok, islands like Phuket and Koh Samui, and a global reputation as a digital nomad hub. If Jamaicans gain visa-free entry here, it would open one of Asia's biggest travel markets overnight. Turkey, on the other hand, would be a strategic win. Sitting at the crossroads of Europe and Asia, Turkey is not only a major tourism magnet with Istanbul, Cappadocia, and Antalya, it's also a key economic and geopolitical player. For Jamaicans, visa-free access to Turkey would be both practical and symbolic, cementing Jamaica's growing influence far beyond the Caribbean. Whether it's these 2 countries or others yet to be announced, the reality is this: Jamaica is rising, and the world is recognizing it. So, let's step back and look at what this all means. Visa-free access is not just a matter of convenience, it's an indicator of respect. When a country allows your citizens to visit without visas, it signals trust. It means they don't see you as a threat. It means they want to build ties, not barriers. For Jamaicans, this is a clear sign that the country's global reputation is stronger than ever. Jamaica is no longer viewed only as a land of beaches, reggae, and athletics. It's being respected as a serious diplomatic player, a cultural powerhouse, and a trusted partner in global affairs. Think about the symbolism. Countries from Africa, Asia, Europe, and the Pacific are all lining up to welcome Jamaicans. That's not random. That's strategy. Jamaica is positioning itself as a bridge between regions, a voice for small states, and a leader in the global south. And the proof is in your passport. Now, let's get practical. What does this mean for you if you're a Jamaican citizen? It means fewer barriers. It means you can now dream bigger and plan faster. Students can explore more universities abroad without worrying about visa rejections. Entrepreneurs can hop on a plane to pitch deals, attend conferences, and expand their businesses. Tourists can take spontaneous vacations without waiting months for approvals. Artists can travel to collaborate on international stages. Families can reconnect with relatives across continents more easily. It also strengthens Jamaica's diaspora networks. With more mobility, Jamaicans abroad can move freely between countries, deepening ties that benefit both their communities and the island back home. And let's not forget the psychological boost. Knowing that your passport is respected globally gives you pride. It reinforces your identity as part of a nation that commands admiration, not suspicion. In 2025, your Jamaican passport became one of your most valuable assets. It's more than a travel document. It's a symbol of your country's rising stature. South Africa, Indonesia, Ghana, Fiji, Serbia, Namibia, Malaysia, Kenya, and 2 more soon-to-be-revealed destinations. Together, they represent a major leap forward for Jamaican mobility. So, the question is, where will you go first? Will it be South Africa, to stand where Nelson Mandela once stood? Indonesia, to meditate on a Balinese beach? Namibia, to walk across ancient deserts? Serbia, to explore the Balkans? Or Ghana, to reconnect with your ancestral roots? Wherever you choose, remember this: The world is now saying to Jamaicans, you're welcome here. This isn't just travel. This is freedom. This is respect. This is Jamaica stepping boldly into the global future. In 2025, Jamaica's passport is more than paper. It's proof of a nation rising in respect and influence. With new access to countries across Africa, Asia, Europe, and the Pacific, Jamaicans now hold a golden ticket to opportunity. Whether you dream of exploring Table Mountain, building business ties in Malaysia, reconnecting with heritage in Ghana, or surfing in Fiji, the world is finally opening its doors. This is not just about travel. It's about pride, progress, and freedom. If you believe Jamaica's rise deserves celebration, like this video, share it, and subscribe for more inspiring updates. Your journey begins now.